So this, we're going to tie now. It's been the best fly, my most successful pattern all season, and it's sort of going back to the classics really. It's basically a black and peacock spider. So it's I don't know if you've had like an explosion in alder beetles around it. You noticed a lot of alder beetles? We've getting loads down south. It's I believe they went extinct in this country years ago, but they seem to be back with a vengeance now. Whenever I go on a lake or a river, these little alder beetles are everywhere. They're about 5 mil long. They've got a bluish hue to them.
What, iridescent?
Yeah, literally everywhere.
Yeah.
And I think the fish are beginning to switch on to them. So this is definitely one to have for next season, because if the populations of these alder beetles are going up and up, it's going to be a fly to have without a doubt. So this is obviously going to be, this is a still water version, which I've caught. The last time I went to Diva, it's my missus, it's her favourite fishery. I can't afford it very often, but I was catching some huge fish on Diva on this. So it works well.
So what's the hook?
This is this is a size 14 full in mill super heavyweight grub. One of them.
Okay.
And
that's equivalent what to the B110, is it?
yeah, it's they're very similar, but this is black, and it's very aggressively offset as well. So it's got some good hook up. The B110 is quite straight, isn't it? This has got a real aggressive offset on it. So so we're going to put a little bit of lead in this as well, just to help it dig in. So this is an all-round classic. You can make it into a dry fly, you can make it into an unweighted, whatever you can. So I'm just going to add a little bit of varnish on my thread wraps, bit of the old Benedici, which I always stock up on the BFFI. And I'm not going to put in
much.
much.
What's wrong with super glue?
Yeah. No, I don't like super glue. It's got stuck to a fishing rod once, so I don't ever want.
You get stuck to the road, you're in trouble.
Yeah. I was trying to mend my dad's fishing rod, and it snapped just below the ferrule, so on the male ferrule. So I managed to hacksaw that down, so I could slide that in there. So I super glued it and pushed it in. I didn't realise it had all dribbled down the back. I got the start. I panicked. So there we go. So there aren't too many lead turns. I think there's probably about 7 turns there, something like that.
Good 4 ounce, that would do.
So just trim that off. I've frayed my thread a bit there, but never mind. So just a little bit of lead. Just wind some thread on because I just frayed a bit of thread. And then just to give it a little bit of bling, I've got some 1/14 of an inch wide pearl mylar. So I'm just going to introduce that just behind the lead, and then we'll create a nice little pearly butt. You don't have to do this. You can do sort of a bit like a gold butt, or I think it was either a Welsh or Irish pattern called a Joey. Was it a black Joey or something, which had a hot orange butt? So just a little something on the back, just to give it a little bit of interest. So for a hackle, obviously we want some sort of soft hackle, a hen hackle or something. But what I'm going to use is Chevron. Tina started doing these hen pheasant capes, and they're really nice for obviously soft hackles. So hen pheasant dyed black is a pretty cool hackle for doing this sort of thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to tie the hackle in first. Actually, that's better. if we do our peacock body, obviously we're going to do a nice peacock body over these lead wraps. Then basically, when it comes to tie the hackle in, I've only got that little bit of room there, just at the eye, to tie the hackle in. So it's a good opportunity now. If I can tie the hackle in now, we can tie loads of feather in, making it so that basically the hackle will never be able to slip out when we're winding it. And it's just going to make for a neater head, because we're not trying to tie something in at the last minute in that little section there. You can get it over and done with, get it in now, early, and save having to worry about it later. So I've just got a feather, I've just got rid of the rubbish on the bottom. So I'm going to tease all the fibres forward. Sometimes it helps just to damp your fingers. You see that all right on there? Tease it all forwards. And hopefully if you dampen the fibres, they stay forward as well, like that. So now we're going to tie this in by the tip. There we go. Run the thread back. So now we're tying in. We could tie that feather in the full length of the fly if we wanted to, right up to the pearl butt. So when we come to wind that hackle, it is no way it's going to slide out. He says. He hopes. So, and it should make for a neater head, because we haven't got to mess around at the end trying to fit a hackle in at the last minute. So I just want to cover lead with a bit of...
So are you flattening the lead there? Or
not really, no, I'm just covering it. Hopefully it's all...
No, sorry, you're spinning the thread up on your bobbin.
Oh, right, yeah.
Are you tightening it up, or...?
I was, it did split a bit, but yeah, I'm just getting it flat. Yeah, incidentally, this is UTC thread, which is, I've always loved. I've always been a real fan of UTC, but something's gone wrong, that it's not as good quality. The new stuff's nowhere near as good as it used to be. I heard somebody say that it was a pair of old ladies used to do all the dyeing and spooling, and I don't know what's happened, whether they're not there anymore or what, but the quality's definitely gone downhill, so, which is a shame, because I love using UTC. The colours, because it's just a nylon thread, it holds colours are amazing on it. So I'll get a bit of peacock herl.
Well, that's even better day, doesn't it?
That's all right. That's brilliant stuff. That is. This is Steve Cooper special. This is. But getting good quality bronze is very difficult. I love a bit of bronze peacock herl. So I'm going to take out 2 fibres. I handed out a load of BFFI flyers. So it's great to go to shows like that, because you've got to buy materials. There's nothing like actually seeing it. You know, you try and buy materials off the internet. You can't actually see what you're buying. So there we go. So we're just going to tie that in just in front of the pearl butt. Run our thread forward. So what we could do is I could either run the thread back, and we could twist the... Obviously these are quite delicate materials, so we could wind it around the thread, but most often than not I just sort of add a bit of varnish on the body, and hopefully that helps it sort of stick to... If you do this though, obviously don't add a lot. You've only got a tiny bit on there, and you have to be careful. Once you've wound the herl, don't go splodging your fingers on there, because otherwise these fibres, if they get jammed up with varnish or anything, you've basically killed them, so you've got to keep them clean. So I'm going to wind forwards, creating a nice peacock herl body. Magic stuff, this peacock herl is amazing. Fish magnet. And I'm going to run back down again. Quite a nice little fat little chap. Now when we get to the eye, I'm going to hold the material up and then tie it in. So I'll put 2 turns on the material, and then I normally do a turn in front. And the reason I hold it up is so that when we come to trim off, there's a lot less chance if I'm cutting something that's upright, you can't cut the thread, can you? So, because the noise of a bobbin holder hitting the floor it's a horrible noise. So there we go. So that's our body in, and it's just a case of winding the hackle now. So I forgot to get the hackle pliers out. It's got to be about 4 sets of hackle pliers in here. Okay. Too much rubbish in there. So I'll get the hackle pliers and just grab onto the stalk. It can't slide out because it's tied in nearly all the length of the body. Moisten my fingers and tease the fibres back. And then just wind. I'll use the whole feather. So just wind it all. And these hen pheasants, it's a lovely, soft, webby material. So that's that, and we'll tie the stalk in. But I've literally caught fish on this everywhere this year, recently. So there we go. Now with belt and braces, I'm going to bend the stalk back and basically tie that in again. And there we go. I'll get my whip finished all out. So it's a nice basic pattern, but it's just looks really edible. Could be anything really. Could be a beetle. Could be a snail. Could be a water beetle. Could be. It just looks very edible. I'm going to tease out that bit of stalk. Trim that off. And there we go, it's pattern number 3. I don't think I'm going to be able to do a Chris Reeves. How many was it?
19.
19!
Well, you didn't get home to 3.
No. So there you go, it's just a nice little pattern there. I love that.